Proverbs 17:27. If you could read Proverbs 17:27. A man who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. So excellence is produced by understanding. So people who are void of understanding can never be excellent. And excellence is the second stage in the transformation of information to results. It starts with knowledge, which is acquisition of fact. And that is a step, but it's still very useless until there is light of how to use the knowledge. The light of how to use the knowledge is understanding. It is understanding that produces wisdom. And by wisdom is a house built. By wisdom is what you get. So say a man. So that means this man. And look at how he connects to Daniel chapter 1 verse 17. I'm reading from contemporary English version. I was reading through contemporary English version during the course of the week, going through Daniel. How many of you have finished the Daniel that we asked us to read? How many of you have finished it? Some of us have not read. You know, as he was talking something. Yeah. That every season of life, God wants to take you to. He wants you to be informed about it. Look at chapter 9 before I began to see Gabriel. He said, I took book. I began to understand by books the number of years that they will spend. Then I set myself to pray. It is understanding that lured me into prayers. And as I began to pray, angels from heaven knew that I have this understanding. So they came to explain further. And that there are so many things that God wants to do in your life that except you are informed, you will never be up to that. I was listening to Apostle Richman during the course of the week, and he said he fasted for over 180 days and he traveled to Israel, and God began to show him, angels began to come. And then one of the things they showed him was that God was giving him the nation of the United Kingdom and Ghana. And he said the next thing he began to do was to study the constitution of Ghana and to study how Ghana gained their independence and whatever. He said, normally I will not do this, but because God said he wants to give me I need to understand who are they. If you see his ministry in Ghana right now, as a matter of fact, it doubles that of Nigeria. Then you'll be asking me, how does constitutional structure of Ghana connect to the move of the Spirit? Look at these guys here in contemporary English version, chapter 1 and verse 17. God made the 4 young men smart and wise. They read a lot of books and became well educated. I know you have never heard that before because it's not supposed to be in the Bible. They read a lot of books and became educated. Daniel could also tell the meaning of dreams and visions. They read a lot of books. Another translation we talk about literature. Literature is not revelation, it's not vision. Literature is book, novel.